What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, just want to share with you some numbers. I have been tracking this somewhat loosely. I mean, I get the numbers and kind of confirm them around the times that the seasons end. But either way, we still have the full numbers here, and across we can at least get some averages. Across the 3 seasons we can at least get some averages. But we'll stay away from the averages today because I just wanted to tell you that we are seeing consistent players. This is the 3rd season in a row that with the wild season permit, we are seeing over 3,000 players. Now, the first season had 3,600, right? Almost 3,700. We dropped down to 3,266 in season 2, and we just crossed 3,000 now with about 11 days left to go in the season. So we're not even a third of the way through just yet. And keep in mind that last season, right, we crossed 3,000 relatively quickly and then actually had people filtering in later on in the season. So by the end of this season, and if I were to do one next season, we'll be able to look back and see, okay, 4 days in, here's how many we were at. And then over the remaining 11 days, we were still able to get probably even, I would say maybe 100 or 200 more. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up at around the same amount as last season. Although it is not surprising for us to see it decrease over time, right? We are still at a point where SPS hasn't gone high enough that I think players are coming in. I assume that the first season was everybody just testing to see what the returns were like. Then you saw like 400 bots, or we'll call it 400 accounts, turn off because the returns just weren't there. Now we're seeing maybe 200 or 250 more that sign off. But again, we were still getting new players and new accounts signing up for the Wild Season Pass late into last season. So again, I wouldn't be surprised. And if we keep this above 3,000 every season, I think that will be interesting, right? I think that'll be good and consistent. That being said, there is a proposal in place right now to limit or remove voucher utility. And that would essentially take away the voucher utility for the Wild Season Pass, which is what makes it very cheap right now, because vouchers are just well below what their intended peg is for this versus DEC and its intended peg, right? I think vouchers are like almost 80% off, like 70 to 80% off, something like that, versus DEC, which is only 30% below peg. So we could see something interesting. And again, this all depends, one, if the proposal passes, but again, it looks like it is, and it's about halfway through right now. If it passes, and then more so when the implementation would come in, we could see another drastic reduction as we will get to a point where, if everybody is in it only for the ROI and the min-maxing of that, then you'll probably see accounts that are botted or players that are just focused on that leave, right? Or decide not to purchase the Wild Season permit. But at this point in time, and I think I shared my numbers with you on the last season, it's so far been decent, right? It's so far been decent if you have even a halfway decent deck. I don't have Rebellion, right? I don't have a lot of the old cards. It's primarily Chaos Legion. I do have a decent amount of promo cards right now, but that's kind of it. And when I say promo cards, I'm talking about the Chaos Legion promo cards, but those are even relatively cheap to buy or rent, all things considered. So, I'm thinking that as long as you can stay competitive, as long as you can continue to earn at those levels, again, I'll do another analysis maybe at the end of the season to see where things are at. I have seen, though, the amount of SPS that I'm winning go up somewhat consistently. Also, though, with the fact that there are less players, the competition is getting fiercer. So, for example, this season, we're 4 days in, I'm still in Diamond 1. I haven't quite cracked into Champion just yet, but, I'm still hoping to by the end of the season. It's just interesting. And I say this, it's just interesting because there's less ratings inflation now, right? And I don't think that the team is going to be adding liquidity bots unless it absolutely makes sense. Right now, they should be focused on adding those liquidity bots to Modern and making it super fun for new players. As fun isn't the right word, but making it accessible for new players. So when you're playing just out of Novice in Bronze, you'll have, you won't be going up against max level decks. You'll just be playing against the botted accounts, which again is the intent, right? So looking at this, I would say that we're doing pretty well right now, all things considered. And again, I'm talking about this relatively, not absolutely. Obviously, if we had 15,000 accounts, that'd be fantastic, as that was what the estimate was. But we are seeing, as I said, a consistency above 3,000, although that could be shaken up in the future when and if vouchers get removed from this. But we'll save that for future speculation. That is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.